Hello. The following information is being presented as part of the Governor Mifflin Area Citizens Academy that was developed by the 5 communities and school district in the Governor Mifflin area. The 5 communities in the Governor Mifflin School District include Brecknock Township, Cumru Township, Kenhorst Borough, Moulton Borough, and Shillington Borough. The following information is being presented in order to provide you with a better understanding of the organization and operation of the local units of government in the Governor Mifflin area and to help you become more involved in your local community. We hope you find the material helpful, and a copy of this recording may be obtained at any of the municipal offices or the school district administration building. The Governor Mifflin Area Citizens Academy is made possible through a grant from the Russell L. Hiller Charitable Trust Fund of the Berks County Community Foundation.
As well, so a little bit of everyone represented in the area, but they provide a lot of services. What the services they provide are for municipal services, the biggest one throughout the year is probably the summer.
Hello, my name is John Kramer from the Center for Excellence in Local Government at Albright College. During this segment of the Governor Mifflin Area Citizens Academy, I will be providing you with an overview of local government in the Governor Mifflin area and Berks County, and discussing the organization, authority, and responsibilities of our local units of government. If you look at an overview of local government, there are 2 types. There's a general purpose unit of government and there's a special purpose unit of government. The general purpose units of local government provide a variety of public services for their residents. In the Governor Mifflin area, this would include Cumru Township, Brecknock Township, Kenhorst Borough, Moulton Borough, and Shillington Borough. These local governments provide services for their constituents that are most important to you on a daily basis, such as roads and bridges, police and fire protection, water and sewer, parks, playgrounds and recreation services, libraries, and so forth. The special purpose units of government provide a single function, and it's such as the Governor Mifflin Area School District, in which they provide public education for the youth in the Governor Mifflin area. Other special units of government could be parking authorities, water authorities, sewer authorities, providing individual functions. When we look at the number and type of units of general purpose units of local government, in Berks County we have 1 city, the city of Reading, 41 townships of the 2nd class, 3 townships of the 1st class, and 28 boroughs. In the Governor Mifflin area, we have 1 township of the 2nd class, that is Brecknock Township, 1 township of the 1st class, Cumru Township, and the 3 boroughs, Kenhorst, Moulton, and Shillington. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, there are more than 2,500 units of general purpose units of local government. When we look at how these units of local government developed over the past 250 years or so, initially following the American Revolution, we transitioned Pennsylvania from a colony to a state. At that time, there were previously established cities throughout the Commonwealth, such as Philadelphia and Reading, which were established in 1748. But the primary units of local government initially were the counties and the townships. Brecknock Township and Cumru Township were established in 1752. During the Industrial Revolution of the 1800s and the 1900s, we found a number of crossroad communities beginning to develop more densely in their population. As a result, these communities needed special services not needed by the other communities in that particular area, such as police, fire, public water, public sewer, and other public services. At that point in time, then, these populated areas began to incorporate, and they became the boroughs. In the Governor Mifflin area, Moulton Borough incorporated in 1907, Shillington in 1908, and Kenhorst in 1931. The incorporation of a community such as the boroughs would depend upon the creation by the state. The state had to approve that, and as a result, sometimes you hear the phrase that local units of government are creatures of the state. We'll talk more about the authority granted to these local units of government by the state in just a few minutes. Following World War II, we had the federal housing and transportation programs made it much more affordable and easy for people to move from the urban areas to the suburban and the rural areas. In the Governor Mifflin area, Brecknock Township is now interested in preserving its rural character. Cumru Township is interested in directing growth to the appropriate areas. And the three boroughs, Kenhorst, Moulton, and Shillington, are more interested in redeveloping their land since they are landlocked and have very little room to expand. As a result, the boroughs have to use some creative thinking in terms of providing municipal services, such as joint projects with other municipalities, could be equipment and information sharing, funding through grants and low-interest loans, and the use of volunteers. The growth of our suburban and our rural areas has resulted in the townships and boroughs now beginning to provide similar services. As a result, we see a need to coordinate and share the services among the different types of municipalities. As a result, you're going to learn more about the different services in other presentations as part of this academy. The ultimate sharing of services is found in the municipal mergers. And in Berks County, in the last 15 years, we've had 3 municipal mergers. The borough of Temple merged into Muhlenberg Township, Wyomissing and Wyomissing Hills boroughs merged, and West Lawn Borough merged into Spring Township. Regarding school districts, initially every town had their own school district. And in fact, some of our seniors today will talk about graduating from Moulton High School, Shillington High School, and so forth. In the 1960s, the State General Assembly consolidated school districts from about 2,000 school districts across the Commonwealth to the current number of 501 school districts today. Governor Mifflin was one of the first districts in Berks County to consolidate back in the 1960s. When we look at the organization, the authority, and the responsibilities of these units of local government, we look at the structure of local government really generically. There are 4 different types of categories of officials and employees. One is policy setting, the policy setting officials. Secondly is the advisory officials. Third is the managerial officials. And fourth is the service delivery officials. Policy setting at the local level of government is found in the governing bodies of each municipality and the school district. Brecknock Township has a board of supervisors of 3 people. Cumru Township has a 5-member board of commissioners. Kenhorst, Moulton, and Shillington Borough Councils are comprised of 7 elected officials, and the Government and School Board has 9 members. The boroughs also have elected mayors with very limited functions, but they do oversee the public safety function in the community, including the police department if the borough has a police department. The governing bodies are responsible for passing local laws and ordinances. They adopt the annual and capital budgets. They levy taxes. They issue bonds. They provide school buildings and other public property. They appoint the managerial personnel and the advisory bodies, and they take other official actions. The advisory functions are provided through the bodies appointed by the governing body. This could be the local planning commission. It could be the Park and Recreation Board. It could be the library board. It could be the Environmental Advisory Council, the Economic Development Advisory Council, or a curriculum or community advisory group with the school district. These are very specific functions making recommendations in particular areas. The managerial functions are generally performed by professionals and other key officials appointed by the governing bodies who serve in leadership positions within the community and the school district. This could include the municipal manager, the municipal solicitor, the municipal engineer, the police chief, the school superintendent, and other administrative professions. Finally, the service functions are the employees involved in the direct delivery of the services. That could include the public works, the road crews. It could include police officers, park and recreation employees, librarians, school teachers, aides, and so forth. When we look now at the sources of authority for our local units of government, the common perception is that our local units of government can do whatever they want, when in reality they are closely regulated by the state. And this is done through really 3 sources. First is the state constitution. When the U.S. Constitution was ratified back in the 1700s, the local government function was reserved for the states. The states had the power over local government. The state constitution authorizes the state government to enact laws regulating the local units of government. The state constitution also prohibits special or local legislation by the General Assembly and prescribes debt limits for our municipal revenues. Finally, public education is the only public service in the Constitution that is mandated in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The second source of authority is the state statutes. Municipalities and our school districts operate chiefly under state laws. Municipalities and school districts are classified by population, and each class operates under its own code of laws. For example, in Governor Mifflin area, Brecknock Township operates under the second-class township code. Cumru Township operates under the first-class township code. Kenhorst, Moten, and Chillington operate under the borough code, and the Governor Mifflin School District operates under the public school code. Also, general state laws that apply to all municipalities are passed by the General Assembly, and these could include things like the election law, planning and zoning law, sewage facilities, solid waste, and so forth. And these particular laws apply to all units of government, regardless of what class they are. Basically, the state codes regulate the organization and the operation and the services provided by our local units of government. The third source of state authority are the court decisions. And various court decisions handed down throughout the year may affect an individual municipality, a class of municipalities, or all local governments in the Commonwealth. Finally, when we look at the general powers and duties of how these units of local government accomplish their goals and objectives and provide public services for local residents, there's 4 powers they actually have. The first general power is the power over finances. This is the raising and spending of public funds. Secondly, they have power over personnel. They determine the number and the class, the type of positions to be employed in each community. Finally, they have power over the property, which deals with the purchase, the lease, the development of real property within their community. And finally, regulation through various laws, codes, and policies. I hope this information has been helpful to you to give you an overview of how our local governments are organized and operate and their sources of authority. I would encourage you to view the other presentations in the Citizens Academy to get a better feel for the various services provided and how they interact with one another. I thank you for watching this presentation.